I have a mentor who's one of my best friends who went from having a $2.3 million business to ending up going bankrupt and going $1.4 million in debt, losing everything and getting audited. He lived out every entrepreneur's nightmare. He used to tell me these nightmare stories a long time ago in vivid detail that scared the crap out of me to make me understand that the taxes thing is a non-negotiable, right? And I'm very thankful for that, and I want to share some of this with you. If I'm looking at my phone right now and I have this awesome app called Microsoft to-do lists and check sheets, and it's all digital in the cloud. It's pretty cool. Number one is make sure you have a QuickBooks account or some type of CRM for finances, and manage all of your books, reconcile and close any accounts, and collect it on any overdue accounts. There might be customers that owe you money and it slipped through the cracks. So go through all that stuff and look at all of your books. If you don't have time to do your own books, I totally understand. One way to circumvent this is to hire a bookkeeper. I have a bookkeeper. I use Dan Platta from Blue Skies Bookkeeping. The guy is amazing. If you need help managing your business and your books and your finances, and you're frustrated because you don't really know where you're at, here I'm with Dan Platta, and he's a financial genius. He's the CEO of Blue Skies Bookkeeping.
So here's the thing. There's no accident to growing a multi-million-dollar business in a multi-state business like we have. It's all driven by financial decisions. And if you want to be a good business operator, bookkeeping is probably the first thing you should start on. It's not something I get asked the question a lot, hey, when's the right time to start bookkeeping? I don't have QuickBooks set up. And the answer is, if you're asking that question, you're already too late. You should start, the best time was yesterday, the second best time is right now.
Him and his team drill me for every single individual transaction. If I accidentally buy a pack of gum with the wrong credit card or business card, they're sending me a message on Voxer, hey Keith, it looks like on Tuesday you bought a pack of gum. What was that for? I'm like, Jesus, man. I bought a pack of gum with the wrong credit card. I'm literally, different story for a different time. If you're interested in Dan Platta's services, click the link in the description below. I wrote an entire blog post about how Saturday Finance has changed my life. If you have issues paying somebody to manage your money, your books, you're probably not making enough money yet, but I'm so glad I made that move because it changed everything for me. So, but get your books ready. Now, if you don't have any of this, you can't do any of this, the next way to circumvent this is to literally go and print out all of your bank and credit card statements, put them in a big folder, and then bring them in a big stack to your accountant. So you have a list of all your transactions. So you can take a little USB thumb drive, I've done this before, and go and digitally download the PDF of all 12 months of bank statements, all your credit cards, and organize them in files and folders so you have all of your finances on one thumb drive. So you can sit down and give that to your accountant. You got any contract labor, any W-2s, your payroll company, if you have any of this, if you could get all that together, W-9s, 1099s, all that stuff, really different conversation. That's one whole video in and of itself. But number two is make any final year-end purchases for the tax deductions or write-offs if you want to invest in your business to lower your if you have pass-through income or personal income or whatever. See, I don't want to tell any of this because I'm not a tax advisor, but if you need to make any investments in your business and you want to do it before the year ends, Stanley Genetic has an amazing video about that, and I'll put that in the link below. Number three, call your bookkeeper and your accountant or your CPA. And I wouldn't recommend, if you don't have an accountant, go find an accountant who specializes in taking care of small service-based businesses just like ours. Don't go to big corporate tax place like H&R Block or Liberty Tax or something, because even though those people know how to prepare taxes, they might not understand how to prepare the taxes for a small business owner like you, and you might be paying a bunch of unnecessary taxes, right? So go find a small business accountant, and if you can't find one, how do you find one? You get on the phone and you start calling your small business friends and anybody you know. Call clients who own small business. Hey, you guys own a small business. Who's your accountant? Is he local? Give me his number. Boom, you got an accountant. and go interview a couple accountants or whatever. Everybody's got to get started somewhere. But that's how you get an accountant, right? Number 4, go on your calendar right now. Take out your phone and get on your calendar and book out an entire day around getting your taxes together, getting your list of expenses together, getting your bank statements, your books, and preferably you should do this every quarter. Sit down once a quarter and do like a full quarterly review. So go on your calendar and book out an entire day, publish it to the people you live with, say, hey, this day, don't ask me for anything. I'll have carry out delivered or something, but I'm going in the room or in the basement or to the library, and I'm gonna spend that entire day getting all my finances together.
Accountant, right?
Because the more prepared you are, I remember one year I was not prepared I thought I was prepared, but I wasn't prepared at the level that I'm aware of now. And I just brought my accountant a whole stack of stuff. Here you go, I've got it all, I did a great job. And my accountant, they ended up charging me something like an extra $600 because they had to go through all my stuff. And so my year-end tax bill, my accountant's awesome, but was way more expensive than usual because I got more streams of income going on and different expenses and stuff, and to organize all that crap, right? Now over the past year now, I have this awesome bookkeeper. My accountant's like, oh, thank you, man. Because the more organized you are by the time you sit down with your accountant, is the less your tax preparing bill is going to be, because you did more of the upfront work. And it's also kind of not fair to the accountant if you just slap a whole shoebox of crap to them. Does that make sense? Okay, number 5. Number 5, this is one of the most important things. Get a list of questions together. Whether you write them down, write them on your hand, or put them in your phone, and remember, get a list of questions together that you can ask your tax preparer or CPA when you sit down with him or her. Face your fears, right? So if there's anything that you have questions about, whether you just keep forgetting or questions that pop up in this process, you're gonna have new questions that you've never had before, right? This is part of the fun, exciting journey. But there's also questions that you might have fears about things, and some of those fears are just gonna continue to fester if you don't get it out in the open and write it down on a list and sit down. So you go to your accountant, you sit down, and right in the middle of getting your taxes ready, you say, hey, I've written a quick list of 5 or 7 things that I wanted to ask you while we're here face to face, because I want to learn, right? Okay, what are they? Okay, and then you just go down the list and get your questions answered and learn. And now, not only are you not blindly just having your accountant take care of your tax preparer take care of your taxes, you're learning the process as well, and knowledge is power.